think that the decision of whether I would continue to practice as a nurse or a midwife lies in the hands of the NMC registers. It's so sad. Everyone who has taken their exam in that particular center will be investigated. Over 1,000 nurses and midwives have taken their exams in that center, and over 500 are already in the UK practicing as nurses and midwives. They're already on the NMC register. Hello guys, my name is Shomi Mary and this is showunmioclock. As you all know, I talk about migration, I talk about, working in the UK as a nurse or a midwife. And this news is seemingly a sad news. For me personally, for me that who also trained in Nigeria, I think a lot of emotions are attached to this video. I know that Nigerian nurses and midwives are one of the most hardworking, very innovative, outstanding set of people in the world. Judging by what standard, when we go somewhere, we are excelling and everything. But this news is such a dent on our reputation. We all know that for you to be registered as a nurse or a midwife in the UK from international countries, you have to take exams, which includes the English language exam, the computer-based test, and the OSCE, which is the structural-based test. The CBT and the OSCE are both professional exams. As we all know, these tests keep changing from time to time in order to be able to meet up with the standard in the UK. I believe that this test is very important, and it also opens your eye to read more, learn more about the practice of the country. As midwives, we've seen a lot of materials. We started reading, when I wanted to write my CBT exam, I started reading about safeguarding, some other things that I am not familiar with in my own country. So that's the importance of that exam, to be able to, keep you in check, keep you in standard. So news has gotten to NMC. It was flagged that a particular center in Ibadan, Nigeria, was giving anomalous data, as regards the passing rates. I'm not even sure about what's happening. They've not really told us what happened, how they got to know that the data were false, but there's something fishy around there. So the CBT center has been closed down immediately, and also everyone who has taken their exam in that particular center will be investigated. Over 1,000 nurses and midwives have taken their exams in that center, and over 500 are already in the UK practicing as nurses and midwives. They're already on the NMC register. So what are we going to say about this? Are we going to say they cheated their way through? Are we going to say it's just so unfortunate? Or what exactly happened in this 10 center? That is yet to be known by us, but the investigation has been conducted. And thankfully, the NMC has conducted a research to compare the results from that particular center to other centers both in Nigeria and outside the world. And we found out that it is just that center that has issues with their results. So, newsletter I received says a total of 512 people on our register, around 5% of all the professionals on our register who qualified in Nigeria, took their CBT at this test center. We are writing to them to set out what has happened and to tell them we are opening cases to determine whether or not they gained fraudulent or incorrect entry to the register. If you need to know something about the nursing profession, not only in the UK, also in Nigeria, the nursing profession upholds integrity very, very strongly. Even in Nigeria, if you do malpractice in your exams, your school exams, you will be expelled. So I'm surprised that this is coming up because, even in School of Nurses, we tried not to even cheat. You would never do that. You would never do that because, your nursing profession is at stake. So I really hope that this investigation is conducted and the truth is brought to light. And I hope with all the nurses that are affected, nurses and midwives that are affected with this, because all these 512, they would have their mail sent to them and their names will be pending on the register. So action needs to be taken. they are sending them to, rewrite the exam. So whether you've written your exam 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, up to whenever this center started setting exams, you need to retake your exam. That's for people that are already in the UK. So in fact, if you're already in the UK, you've gotten your citizenship, you're already settled down in the UK, and this is coming up again, that's so devastating. Also, for the people who are not in the country yet, they are also in Nigeria, your application will be pending. They have to pen your application. So apart from you being asked to retake your exam, it is it's the decision of the NMC UK to now decide whether or not you still be allowed on the register. I just hope this is not like, it doesn't go more than we can see, because the effect of this is so I don't even know what to say. I feel so bad about it, because imagine, okay, someone like me, I've been in the UK for close to 2 years or over 2 years, and then someone calls me and say, oh, we think your registration, we think something is wrong with your CBT exam. We are going to hold your registration. With all the hard work, dedication that I'm already doing to the job here in the UK, it's so sad. I remember when I did the exam, I went over, because I had prepared so well for this exam. When I got to the exam hall, this exam was so simple. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is what I took months to prepare for this exam. I read vastly. I read all the nice guidelines. I read a lot of things. And imagine someone just coming to tell me that, Mary, you need to take this exam again. I'll be like, oh my God. I won't be scared, because vastly what they're going to ask you is already what you're doing in the UK. I would retake the exam, but to think that the decision of whether I would continue to practice as a nurse or a midwife lies in the hands of the NMC registers, it's so sad, because from now till the investigation is completely conducted, we do not know the fates of people who are already affected by this situation. Although the NMC has a duty to uphold to the public, that's why the investigation is made public, to reassure the public that they are safe, and these nurses and midwives who they think have, fraudulently gained access to the register through their CBT, had also passed their OSCE, which is a more complicated exam. So I feel and I pray that it is investigated and a favorable result is coming out, to everyone that are affected. For everyone that are affected, I'll just say, you know what, before they even say anything, go and register your exam with another center, preferably out of the city, to show that you can really pass this exam on your own. And if you're one of the people who fraudulently passed your CBT, you are one of the problem of this country. You are one of the problem of Nigeria, because imagine me seeing the name Nigeria Ibadan on the NMC register. Do you know how wide this news has gone? Oh my goodness, it's so devastating. I took time, to just process all of this, because I didn't want to just come out to just do a video, because so much emotions in this. So much emotions in this. It is well. We are writing to these applicants to ask them to retake their test and to request more information that we'll use to make a final decision about their application. At the same time, it is critical we approach any investigation about individuals objectively, transparently, having unfair discrimination, because I really want to know what caused the anomalous data. Is it that people are passing too much? Is it that because we know how hard it is to get money from our country and how people prepare, adequately for this exam. So what's happening now is that the NMC is asking people to retake their exam, although the NMC cannot force you to retake the exam, but it says even if you take the exam and you pass, they cannot guarantee that you will still be able to gain entry to the register or be able to stay on it. So if you are in Nigeria and you've done this exam from Ibadan, I think, or if you are planning to write your exam in Ibadan, I think you should hold on that till this investigation is over. Or you should go to another state like Lagos, Ogun State, somewhere close by to retake your exams. I really hope that at the end of this investigation, people will be vindicated. But any other updates I get on this particular situation, I'll continue to bring it to the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching. And please, if you have any more information about this, please state that in the comment section. And again, for those people that are affected by this exam, the National Association of Nigerian Nurses in the UK is also taking this up. They are holding virtual meetings. They are doing a lot of that. If you need to, gain access to them, send me a message on WhatsApp, and I should be able to point you to where to join the group. You understand? If you're already in the UK, so this support group, let's keep hoping that this is going to turn out right from our end. Thank you for watching this video.